The city was alive with lights and sounds. People walked on the streets, cars moved fast, and tall buildings touched the sky. In the middle of this busy city, there was a beautiful restaurant. It was full of shining lights, soft music, and warm smiles from the staff. Many rich people liked to come here to eat and enjoy their time. Tonight, a very rich man sat alone at a small table near the window. He wore a fine suit and had a calm, serious face. He did not talk much. Instead, he looked around quietly, watching the people in the restaurant. His eyes were sharp and thoughtful, as if he was waiting for something special to happen. Not far from him, a young woman worked hard as a waitress. She was kind and gentle, with tired eyes that showed she had many worries. In her arms, she carried her small son, who was no more than 5 years old. The boy was restless and fidgeted in her arms. He kept crying softly, wanting something that she could not give right away. The woman wanted to calm him down. She remembered the big piano in the corner of the restaurant. The piano was old, but very beautiful. Its dark wood shone under the soft lights. Sometimes the music from the piano could make people happy and calm. The waitress carefully lifted her son up and walked slowly toward the piano. She sat down on the small bench and held her son close. The boy looked at the piano with wide eyes. He reached out and touched the smooth black and white keys with his tiny fingers. At first, he pressed only one key, making a soft, unclear sound. People in the restaurant began to notice. Some stopped talking and turned to look at the small boy. Some smiled kindly and others whispered quietly to each other. The rich man near the window also watched closely. He saw the boy's small hands moving slowly on the keys. Something about the boy caught his attention, but he did not know why yet. The boy tried again. This time, he pressed 2 keys, making a little tune that was soft but not perfect. His mother smiled at him and gently encouraged him. She whispered, "You can do it. Don't be afraid." Slowly, the boy's hands moved a little faster. The sounds became clearer. The music was not perfect yet, but it was beautiful in its own way. The rich man leaned forward, his eyes shining. He felt that this moment was special, like the start of something new. Around the restaurant, the busy sounds began to fade. Everyone's attention was on the small boy and the big piano. The night was about to change forever. The boy's small fingers moved carefully over the piano keys. At first, the sounds were soft and a little messy, but soon the boy began to play a simple tune. It was not perfect, but it was clear enough to catch the attention of the people in the restaurant. The waitress stood close by, watching her son with a gentle smile. She was proud but also nervous. She did not know if he could really play, or if it was just a lucky moment. She whispered softly, "Keep going, my little star." Around them, the restaurant slowly grew quiet. The people who were eating and talking stopped to listen. The music was different from what they usually heard in such places. It was full of feelings, hope, joy, and a little sadness. The rich man near the window kept his eyes fixed on the boy. He had seen many things in his life, but something about this child was unusual. The boy did not look like other children. There was a light in his eyes, a kind of calm and strength that was rare. The boy's fingers began to move faster. The music became smoother and more beautiful. It was as if the piano was telling a story of dreams and new beginnings. People started to watch with amazement. Some whispered to each other, "Who taught him to play like this?" Others wondered, "Is he a musical genius?" The waitress wiped a tear from her cheek. She knew her son was special, but she had never seen him play like this before. She felt a warm hope inside her heart. Maybe, just maybe, this was the start of something wonderful for them both. The rich man stood up slowly. He walked closer to the piano, careful not to disturb the moment. When the boy finished playing, the restaurant erupted in quiet applause. The boy looked up, surprised and happy. His mother smiled proudly. The rich man smiled too. He said in a kind voice, "You have a rare gift, young man. Keep playing and never stop. The world needs your music. The boy's mother looked at the man with surprise. She did not expect such kindness from someone so powerful. The rich man nodded and turned back to his table. But his mind was busy thinking. Who was this boy? What was his secret? After that night, the boy and his mother became the talk of the city. People came to the restaurant just to hear the boy play the piano. The rich man watched from afar, waiting for the right time to help them. The boy's music was not just notes on a piano. It was a new sound, a new hope. It was the sound of a future where anything was possible. After that night, the rich man could not stop thinking about the boy. He wanted to know more. Who was this child with the magical touch on the piano? Why did his music sound so different from others? There was something very special about him. The next day, the rich man sent his assistant to find the waitress and her son. The assistant was polite and careful. He found them working in the same busy restaurant. The waitress was surprised when she met the assistant. She did not understand why such an important man wanted to see her. The assistant asked many questions about the boy. How did he learn to play? Did he go to any music school? The waitress answered honestly. She said her son never had lessons. He just liked to play when he was happy or sad. She did not know where his talent came from. The rich man wanted to meet the boy himself. A few days later, he visited the restaurant quietly. He watched the boy play again. This time, the boy's music was even better. His fingers moved quickly and perfectly. The rich man was amazed. He saw the future in the child's music. After the music stopped, the rich man spoke gently to the mother. "Your son is a rare gift to this world," he said. "I want to help him grow and learn. There is a place where children like him can become great." The mother looked worried. She did not trust rich people easily. She was afraid they might take her son away, but the rich man promised to keep her son safe and to give him the best care. The boy listened quietly. He did not understand everything, but he felt the kindness in the man's voice. For the first time, he dreamed of a different life, one filled with music, friends, and learning. The rich man showed the mother a letter. It was an invitation to a special school. This school was made for children with talents like her son's. It was a place full of teachers, music, and new friends. The mother thought hard. She wanted her son to have a better future. She wanted him to be happy and safe. After some time, she nodded slowly. She said, "We will try." The rich man smiled and shook her hand. "You will not regret this," he said. The boy smiled too. He could feel a new journey was about to start. A journey full of hope, music, and discovery. The day finally came when the boy and his mother left the city to go to the special school. The school was far away, in a quiet place surrounded by green trees and soft hills. It looked like a small castle with big windows and tall towers. The air smelled fresh and cool. When they arrived, the boy was nervous but curious. He had never been in such a big and strange place before. The teachers smiled warmly and welcomed them. The mother felt both hope and fear. She wanted her son to learn, but she worried about what would happen. The boy's first days were full of new things. He met other children who also had special talents. Some could paint beautiful pictures, others were good at science, and some had strong minds that could solve hard problems. The boy felt happy to be with friends who understood him. His teachers were kind but serious. They taught the children many things: how to use their minds better, how to create music, and how to work with new machines that seemed like magic. The boy listened carefully. He wanted to learn everything. Every day, the boy practiced the piano. He played from morning till evening. His fingers moved faster and better each day. The music he made became clearer and more powerful. Sometimes his songs made people cry. Sometimes they made them smile. The mother visited often. She watched her son grow stronger and more confident. She saw the light in his eyes getting brighter. She knew she had made the right choice. But not everyone was happy about the boy's success. Some people outside the school were afraid of the changes these special children could bring. They said these kids were different and dangerous. They worried that the world was changing too fast. The rich man kept watching from afar. He believed in the boy and the school. He knew that these children could help make a better future for all people. He sent more teachers and resources to the school to help the children grow. One day, the boy was asked to play a new song in front of everyone at the school. The song was full of hope and strength. When he played, everyone listened quietly. The Baal music was like a story of a bright new world, where people and machines worked together in peace. The boy smiled as he finished. He felt proud and ready. He knew his journey was just beginning. The world outside might be scared, but he wanted to show them the beauty in change. The school bell rang, and children clapped loudly. The boy's music had touched many hearts. The rich man smiled from his office far away, knowing the boy was growing into the person he was meant to be. Days passed, and the boy grew stronger and wiser. He learned not only about music, but also about the world beyond the school. The teachers taught him about science, technology, and how humans and machines could work together. The boy was curious and asked many questions. He wanted to understand everything. One afternoon, the boy was working on a new song. It was different from his others. This song was full of energy and hope. He wanted it to be heard by everyone, not just the people at school. His fingers moved quickly across the piano keys, creating sounds that felt alive. Meanwhile, outside the school, the world was changing. Many people were still afraid of the new talents these children had. Some leaders made rules to stop the children from sharing their gifts. They wanted to keep things the same and were scared of change. The rich man heard about these rules. He knew they were wrong. He believed the boy and other children like him could help solve many problems in the world. He decided to speak up. He used his power and money to protect the school and its students. At the school, the boy's music grew stronger. He began to mix his songs with new technology. Using machines that could listen and learn, the boy created sounds no one had ever heard before. His music was alive, moving and changing with the feelings of the people who listened. One day, the school held a big event. People from all over were invited to listen to the children's talents. The boy played his new song for the first time. As he played, the music filled the room with light and warmth. People forgot their fears and doubts. They felt hope and happiness. The rich man watched the event closely. He saw the power of the boy's music. He knew this was the key to bringing people together. The boy's song was more than just notes. It was a message of peace and unity. After the event, many people began to change their minds. They saw that the children's talents could help the world. Slowly, fear turned into curiosity and then into acceptance. The boy smiled, knowing he had helped make a difference. The boy and his mother felt grateful. Their life had changed in ways they never imagined. The boy was no longer just a small child playing piano in a restaurant. He was a symbol of hope for a new world. The rich man promised to keep supporting the boy and the school. He knew the journey was not over, but the future looked bright. Together, they would face whatever came next. As time passed, the boy's talents grew even stronger. He was no longer just a child who played the piano. He was becoming a creator of new kinds of music that no one had heard before. His songs could change with the feelings of the people listening. Sometimes the music was calm and peaceful. Other times it was full of energy and hope. The special school became famous. People from different places wanted to visit and learn about the children's gifts. Scientists came to study how the children's minds worked. Artists wanted to understand the new kinds of music the boy created. The world was slowly changing. But not everyone was happy. Some groups still feared the changes. They worried that these new talents might be dangerous. They said the children were too different and might take control of the future. These groups tried to stop the school from growing. The rich man stood strong. He spoke to the leaders and the public, explaining the good the children could do. He showed how the boys' music brought people together and helped them understand each other. Slowly, more people began to listen. The boy was invited to many places to play his music. He played at big halls, outside in parks, and even for groups who had once been against the changes. When he played, the music touched everyone's hearts. People forgot their fears and saw the beauty in the new world. One day, the boy was asked to create a special song for a big event. This event was about bringing humans and machines closer. The boy worked hard, using all he had learned. He mixed sounds from the piano with computer voices and machine rhythms. The music was alive and full of meaning. On the day of the event, thousands of people came to listen. The boy played with passion and joy. As the music filled the air, a feeling of peace spread through the crowd. Even the machines seemed to respond, their lights shining brighter as if they understood the song. The rich man watched proudly. He knew the boy was not just playing music. He was building a bridge between two worlds. The boy's gift was helping people see that the future could be bright if they worked together. After the event, the world felt different. More people began to accept the new talents and the changes they brought. The boy's music became a symbol of hope and unity. The boy smiled, knowing his journey was still far from over. But with each song, he helped make the world a better place. His music was a light in the darkness, guiding everyone toward a new tomorrow. The boy's music had become famous all over the world. People from many countries came to hear him play. His songs were no longer just notes. They were messages of hope and peace. The boy had grown from a small child in a restaurant to a young man who could change the future. One evening, the boy was invited to play at a special event. The place was full of important people, scientists, leaders, and artists. They all wanted to see what the boy could do. The rich man sat quietly at the front, watching with pride. The boy sat at the grand piano. He looked out at the crowd and took a deep breath. Then his fingers began to move. The music filled the room, soft at first, then growing stronger. It was like a story about the world, about people and machines, about fear and hope. As he played, something amazing happened. The music did not just fill the room, it seemed to reach into the hearts of everyone there. The machines in the building, connected to the music system, began to light up and respond. The crowd gasped in surprise and wonder. The boy's music was building a bridge between humans and machines. It was a new language, one that both could understand. People felt peace in their hearts. The machines seemed alive, sharing the feeling. When the last note ended, the room was silent for a moment. Then, everyone stood and clapped. The boy smiled, feeling proud and happy. The rich man stood too, his eyes shining. After the event, many people began to change their minds about the future. They no longer feared the new talents or the machines. Instead, they saw a world where humans and machines could live and work together in harmony. The boy's mother hugged him tightly. She remembered the night in the restaurant when her son first played the piano. She was grateful for the rich man who had helped them and for the special school that gave her son a chance to grow. The rich man met the boy and his mother one last time. He said, "You have shown us all that the future is bright. Your music brings hope to the world." The boy looked at the rich man and said, "I want to keep playing and helping people. There is still much to do." The rich man smiled, "And we will be with you every step of the way." The boy's music became a symbol of a new era, a time when people and machines worked together to build a better world. The small boy who once played the piano in a quiet restaurant had changed everything.